All right, folks, here is part two of some advanced operations of the title tool in Adobe Premiere. All right, some things to check out. Yesterday we saw how we can make some simple titles. Now I'm going to show you some other ways to make more interesting titles. Now you can make what we call full screen titles. So we'll go to the title window, default still again, and we'll open it up, and you can leave it as title one, but I like to name things. You can name it, maybe it's question number two, and this will be a slide that'll say what the question is in the video. So usually you could do it over black, but if we learned about this is the text box tool, let's learn another button on this side, which is the rectangle tool. Choose that and start at the upper left-hand corner and just click and drag and look at what happens. I can make a square, a rectangle. Make it so it overlaps the whole screen, and there you have a background. Now, white, let's not go with white. So we'll go over to the right side here to fill, and we'll change it to a different color. Let's go with orangish today. So I'll choose a light shade, a deep shade, or maybe a light shade. Wherever I click here is the shade I'm using of the color, and I can always go black or white wherever I click. But I like the color, so I'm going to choose this color. Press OK. Bam. There we go. We can get a full screen of a color. You can also click this bar here from solid, and you can play around with these, but let's just do linear gradient. I'm going to mix the same color, and it's going to be a gradient. It's going to go from one shade to another. So I'm going to just choose this first box here, and I'm going to slightly change that color. I want to keep it the same family, but maybe I'll go a little bit lighter. Maybe I'll go over here a little bit, and I'll have, see how it changes. It's got a gradient to it. It goes from kind of bright to dark. So now I have a really nice, interesting looking background, but I want to type on it. So let's go to Type Tool, which is the text box, and create a text box. Drag your text box always in the center and start typing. And guess what happens? I can't see it. Why can't I see it? Well, because it's defaulting to the linear gradient color. So what you want to do is select everything, go back to solid color, and obviously change this color. Maybe we'll just go with black. And there it is. Where did you grow up? Now we're going to go back to our basics again, which is always center everything. So use the center button. Make it more prominent. So go over to the size, the font size, and crank that up. And now you've got a really nice prominent title that people can read. Now we can always go choose a different font, of course, and decide what you like there, and you can design your own. Okay, and I'm going to make the font size smaller so it shows up. Or you can use these pre-made fonts down here at the bottom. There's dozens of them, and you can just click on them, and they pre-make the font style for you and the color for you, and you can choose what you like. Okay. However, you can always change. You can stick with the font, but you can always change the fill on them and other aspects of it. So what if I wanted it not to be filled with white? I can use this style, but I can always change the color. Maybe I want to change it to kind of black. So there you go. I just changed it. And I can also change other things on the right side too. There's a lot. If there's too many, I wouldn't mess with them. There's a lot of different effects down here. But the basic thing is that you could change the color of it if you wanted to, and the fill of it by going to Fill and changing the fill. Okay? So you can try all these different font styles, or you can make up your own. All right? So closing it. We close. Where does it save? It saves right here in your bin. So for this question is, where did you grow up? right here, and I can't put it in because there's something already there. Well, you can always open it up, select the clips and open it up like this. But what we can do is do an insert edit where you hold down on the control button and you drag it, and then you insert it at that edit point. You see that point right there where that first clip stops? And I let go of the mouse, not control, and I'm inserting it. And there we go. We have where did you grow up? And then we have the answer right there. Okay, this is going to help avoid all those glitches that you have. If you have a glitch from one shot to another and it's the same shot like here, what you can do is you can simply insert a title of the question in between so you don't get a glitch. Oops. So you don't get a glitch. Control, then lift up on the mouse like that. And you can, it's 5 seconds for the clip, so you can shorten it if you want to, and you can do a right click and ripple delete. So then you have the question and then the answer. Okay? So you can do that too. Other things I want you to do is I want you to give them a label of who this person is, who they're talking to. So what that's called is a lower third. So we go through the same steps and we can give it a name, Miss Hummel, and we open up the title tool again. These are kind of tools that you see on the news, these titles, and I'm going to turn on this eyeball, which so I can see where I'm at on the video. And I'm going to create a text box at the bottom here, and I'm going to create my own news title. That's called the lower third. And I'm going to just simply start typing. The first line is the person's name. And the second line is who they are. Okay? WMS Media Center. Okay? And then on this case, maybe I'll do a right justified, right? Because she's on the right, so I'll do it here. But this is boring, right? So I can make my own title, or I can simply choose a pre-made title once again. Whatever looks good, you know? Pick a title that you like that looks good and see how it works out for you. You know, you can test it like this. But as usual, I can still change the color. So if I want it to be red, I can change it red. It doesn't have to be black. And there I have a title. And it's Miss Hummel Media Center. Now these titles are transparent. So I can just put this over my video. Don't do this mistake, putting it literally over the video. You just get rid of her shot. What you want to do is, you see you have other video layers, put it on video too, and this could be transparent right over her shot. And it could look professional, and it helps tell the story who the person is. Okay? And of course you can change the clip length as well too. You can make it shorter, you can make it longer, whatever you like to do. So there is some of the things you can do. You can make full screens, and you can create it with the square tool, and you can change the font color as well too, and you can make titles that go over the screen transparent wise, and they can help tell your story as well too for the people that are in it. You know, a student, what's their name, a teacher, what's their name, what's their role, and these titles can help tell stories too. So that's your advanced tutorial on making titles. The rectangle tool, and then all the other tools as well too. The text box tool, and then the selection tool that you can move things around, and that's about it. So try it out. Okay? Thanks for watching.